Galactic War tokens are among the most friendly currency in the game. The Galactic War store is one of only 2 stores where I, a free-to-play player, have been able to purchase everything I've wanted. Galactic War itself can be a bit of a slog, requiring you to do 12 battles to complete a round, but the battles actually used to be a lot harder. On many occasions, I'd get to the very last stage only to be repeatedly crushed by someone immensely strong and have to restart without getting the rewards from the last stage, which are of course the best rewards. If you were around for those days, then you probably experienced this frustration. But today, it's much easier to finish all 12 stages. With some solid healers or very fast and powerful characters, you can cruise through the whole thing with one team on auto. You should be completing all of the stages every day. Once you do so 150 times, you never have to do the Galactic War again. You can use sim tickets every day to do all 12 at once. Again, this didn't used to be the case, so if you're new to the game, you're lucky. I had to do way more than 150 wars manually before they enabled using sim tickets. In other news, I used to walk to school in the snow 10 miles. Anyway, on to the character priorities. In many videos in this series, I recommend that you prioritize your Phoenix Rebels. If you're taking that advice, then your number 1 priority here will be Zeb. This is the only place to get shards for Zeb until level 65, and you should get Zeb shards as often as possible. Again, the Phoenix Rebels have so much utility until the very end of the game, where they still have some use. Your next 2 priorities for characters here will be ones you need to complete mod challenges. Captain Phasma, who will help your First Order team to beat the offense mod challenges and to obtain BB-8, and Dathcha, one of the 5 Jawas needed for the critical damage mod challenges. Phasma is the priority over Dathcha. This is also the only place you can get Phasma. Biggs Darklighter is also obtainable here, but you can get him easily elsewhere. You can get shards for characters in the Galactic War store every time. They don't rotate in and out. But there are also 3 slots for ships at the top of the store that do rotate. In those, you will see multiple ships that correspond to characters I've recommended in other videos in this series for early level and mid-level players. Those ships are Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter, Biggs Darklighter's X-Wing, Jedi Consular's Starfighter, the First Order TIE Fighter, and the Imperial TIE Fighter. Getting those quickly will help you to get off to a solid start when the ship's aspect of the game opens up at level 60. Among those, Biggs' ship is the top priority for just about any ship configuration. Among the optional characters and ships you can get as you approach level 85, my top recommendations are Geonosian Soldier's Starfighter and the Umbaran Starfighter, the ship of the Republic Trooper 5s. Magma Trooper isn't one of the top Empire or Imperial Trooper characters, but the ease of getting character shards in this store can make him a decent pick if you're chronically low on currency for other stores and are trying to get a 5th Imperial Trooper character for late game events under a General Veers lead. Likewise, if you're aiming for success in the first stage of the Ewok event, Teebo is easier to promote than some of the other albeit better Ewoks, but again, he's a relatively low priority. IG-86 and K2S0 are okay if you need an easier to get 5th droid, but droids aren't essential. These 2 droids and Teebo can also be farmed cheaply elsewhere, but the store is never a bad place to get shards. K2S0 also can help to fill a Rogue One Rebel team, and I'd pick him over Bodhi Rook for that. Resistance Pilot and his X-Wing are okay, nothing to write home about. Sun Fac's Geonosian Starfighter is decent and really shines when paired with the other 2 Geonosian ships. If for some reason you still don't have a 5th Jedi to go for Yoda by the later levels of the game, you can get Luminara here, but I still left her off this list. I also left off Bodhi Rook, Cad Bane, Poggle the Lesser, Tusken Raider, Night Sister Initiate, and the other ships you can farm here, none of which are either required or exclusively available here. But if you've gotten every other decent character, the ones on the left side here, and a couple of the good ships, then my general advice is to go for the additional ships here before the additional characters, provided you also have those ships' pilots. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'd love your feedback below. After that, be sure to check out the other videos in this playlist.